Hello, this is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. I am your host of this motivational and inspirational podcast. And today I want to talk about the day that we live. Each and every day that we live, that God has allowed us to open up our eyes and to go forth. Whatever we plan on, whatever we desire, whatever we expect to do, that it is a mystery because we never know what the day is really going to be like. We can attend, we can pretend, we can expect, but we don't know. I remember on Monday was Memorial Day of this week. Today is Saturday. And my expectations was to get up, was to finish another recording for another project that I'm working on. After completing that project, to go to the house and help prepare the sides for the barbecue. We get the grill out. We do, like our normal thing to get prepared for our barbecue. It didn't work out that way. My daughter was off from work early and she needed a ride home. I thought that her dad was going to be able to go pick her up, but he never responded to her text message. So I went to picked her up from work. We came home. Got the barbecue grill out. That's the one instance. Took the barbecue grill out. We have a fluid-free grill. So it's like a smoker. We don't use any lighter fluid. Ever since that injury in 2022, where I had a second-degree burn on my right hand, my kids said no more barbecue grills that we use lighter fluid. We're going to stay away from lighter fluid from now on. So they decided to buy this grill. And we only used it one time last year, but this year we said we're going to use it more often. We forgot to do one thing because the fire kept going out. We couldn't figure out why it wouldn't get hot, why it would always flame out. Well, that took us a little time to figure out, but when we finally did figure it out, it was later in the afternoon. Things didn't quite work out the way we hoped. Then, we got dinner ready. Before I knew it, it was time for me to get myself prepared to come back to my house so I can get prepared for work the next day. Although we intended on barbecuing, I made the sides. We got all of that done. It just cost us a lot of time because we had a few hiccups along the way. Although it didn't quite work out the way we wanted, it did get done. So I look at it as God allowed us to barbecue, although we didn't quite barbecue the way that we intended, because we thought we would be through by at least 2 or 3 o'clock. We wouldn't finish until almost 6. I mean, it was really crazy that day. But all in all, the task was completed. I'm saying that it is important for us to understand that plans, when it's in God's hands, go perfectly. There's no hiccups. Now, we may have a lot of resistance. We may get some resistance, like when the children of Israel was needing to rebuild the city. And they went to go get the prophet to come and help them. And this prophet went and asked the king if he can go to this land to help build their city back up. That you run into oppositions, but the whole task is getting the job done, not quitting because things don't quite work out the way that you want them. And I had to learn that lesson. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this right. We're going to get this completed. We're not going to give up, because this is what we purpose in our hearts to do, and this is what we're going to do. And this is how we have to live our life for Christ. We got a purpose in our hearts that we want to live for Christ. We want a purpose in our heart that we want to do right by Christ. But when opposition comes, it's not time to retreat. It's time to push that much further, that much harder. You have to be determined to get through whatever it is that you're trying to get through. Every day is a mystery, because we really don't know how it's going to play out. If you don't believe me, the individuals that have been in car accidents, they didn't have any plans on being in a car accident. They had plans on going to work or going wherever their destination is going, get there, and do their job. They didn't plan on having no car accident. That's why I say every day is a mystery, because you don't know what could happen. That's why it's so important for us to pray every single morning. Bible said pray without ceasing, meaning that there's no limitation on prayer. You know, many will say a morning prayer, many will say an evening prayer, and that's it. No, you can pray all day. And that is so important, because that keeps a relationship. You know how you have a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, you want to talk to them all the time. You want to converse with them all the time. You want to giggle with them and laugh with them and stay on the phone. Sometimes you'll stay on the phone so long you go to sleep, and I've done that. When you go to sleep on the line. The whole purpose is you want to get to know that person. You happy with that person. You feel good with this person. That's the way we should feel good with God. That giggly and googly eye and all that. You want to feel that same way with God, because that's the type of relationship He wants with us. Let's rethink how we live our days. Not with our expectations, but whatever the will of God is for our life. Let us live our life accordingly. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. It's already been written in heaven, but it has to get to be lived out on earth. The manifestation of it needs to be exposed on the earthly realm. It's already been planned. It's already been worked out. We need to learn how to live our life according to that plan and not get discouraged when things don't quite work out the way we want. So if ever you sit back and you think about, boy, this has been a crazy day. My plan was, but this is how it worked out. And sometimes we find out when it works out totally opposite of what you think is a blessing, and behind that, it kept something else from happening. You pray enough where God has protected you from whatever it is that it could have been very, very, very bad situation. But because you didn't see the outer realm of it, you thought it made for a bad day. And actually, it may have been a blessing in disguise. So let's rethink our way of looking at our day. When we live our life, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if our manager is going to be in a bad mood. We don't know if the computer systems is going to work right. We don't even know if something is going to happen where it will prevent us from work. We don't know. But what is important is God does. And whatever He has planned is for our good. Let's keep that in mind. As we go forth in our day, look at it as another treasure hunt. for we don't know what treasures we're going to find towards the end of our day. This is Kim with Standing on Solid Ground. You have yourself a wonderful and blessed day.